right. So 3 topics, 2 taboo for OUM. All right. There's 3. There's 3 directions I just don't feel the need to fucking go into. So, for all of you new listeners, you've heard us talk about some pretty outlandish shit on this show as it is. And yes, it is completely uncensored. I'm uncensored. My brother's uncensored. We've had guests on the show that are completely fucking uncensored. It's the one thing I'm asked every single time when I bring somebody on the show. What's the language? What's the topic? I'm like, uncensored. It's uncensored. And I know by default that means that I'm co-signing whatever they say. I don't really give a shit. We're here to be open and free and discuss whatever it is that we want to discuss on the show and however we want to discuss it. Now, to be fair, I'd like to open this segment by taking this to you because when I made these rules, it was the show rules long way before you got here, Dave. It was before your time when these rules were put into
long place. Before the days of Sigourney Weaver.
Aquatine. So I want to start off by saying this. I already told you what the 3 topics are. I'm going to get into them in more detail here on this show. But I just want to leave the idea open for you that if there ever comes a situation where you do want to talk about something.
There won't be.
Okay, all right. Just based on the 3 I gave you.
Good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, these are things I try to avoid my whole life, so don't worry about it.
As well, right? So, okay, we're not going to go in any particular order, but I would just like to list them off for the new listeners so that they're aware of what it is that we just kind of try to stay away from, okay? First and foremost, again, no in particular order, but we stay away from religion. And one of the biggest reasons we stay away from religion is because y'all don't know how to act when having conversations about fucking religion. It could be a positive conversation, and you still don't know how to act. You just take an inch and turn it into a mile. It could be negative, in which case you already know how that's going to go down. There's no civil conversation when it comes to religion. Are there some out there that can have it? Sure. But it's not the majority, so I just stay away. There's nothing really there. In my opinion, there's no entertainment value in it, which I think is the point of what we're trying to do here. We do have our serious moments, but we do try to laugh, have a good time, make some jokes, talk about some passionate stuff that we like. Religion doesn't have a whole lot of that. It's just not a lot of happiness going on in religion. If you're a religious person and you'd like to get your Jesus or your Muhammad or your whatever on, there are a plethora of other podcasts where you can satiate that. It's just not going to happen here on the OUM network. It's just not going to happen. Not just this podcast, but there's never going to be any affiliate, anything under the corporate umbrella of the OUM network that will be dealing with politics. There have been some ideas tossed around where I would be helping other individuals with their programming and bringing them under this umbrella, kind of like an OUM network presents da-da-da-da-da. And, but that's one of the things that I've spoken to this person about. It's like, if you plan on doing something like this with these 3 things, can't fuck with you. It just is what it is. I just stay away from the religion thing. I myself, and you can speak for yourself. As a matter of fact, I'll start with you. Do you really consider yourself much of a religious person at all in your own, for you, not other people, just for yourself?
Not necessarily. Not in a sense of not necessarily. I try to abide by what the rules would be in a sense, not necessarily like I just, do mostly like do unto others as you would do unto yourself. Like that's the main one that kind of sticks with me. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I mean, no, not necessarily.
Right. And I don't really consider myself to be much of a religious person as well. We grew up with many different variations, I guess, of whatever religious thing that you can think of, and none of it, it just didn't happen for us. Spouses, does Nora have anything that really she's
No,
into? Or
I mean she's very similar kind of to me, where she like if you ask her, her response would be, "I believe in God, but I don't believe in like the way the world structures religion."
okay,
Type of stuff. So
yeah,
she is a believer. She prays her. She thinks she not thinks, but like she believes that it's more of like a within thing.
hmm
So you'll never hear her be preachy about anything, but like when she has her hard time, she sits alone and like, does her thing. But I wouldn't call her a religious person. No, not at all.
yeah. My wife grew up Catholic. She went to Catholic schools, all girls schools. High school was Catholic. St. John's University, the college was Catholic, but in zero way is she a practicing Catholic. She doesn't keep track of any of it. The one thing that she did like about the religion is one of the biggest aspects of it that she enjoyed the most of it was the godparents, the godfather and the godmother. That's kind of like
Hmm.
a backup plan for the kid. Her godmother, in her particular situation, she's probably closer to her godmother than she probably is her own mom. Like
Yeah.
she's very very close to her godmother. As a matter of fact, when we had our son, it was a big topic of conversation because she said, "I know you're not religious, and I don't want to put you in a terrible situation. But if it's okay with you, I would like my son to have godparents. But in order for that to happen, he has to be baptized or whatever that thing is called.
You don't.
So we took him to the church and we went through all the interrogation and we took him when he was like an infant, like he was like I don't even know if he was one yet, and we had him in this little tiny little man suit and he went to the church and they put the thing on his head and the fucker fell asleep. He slept through the whole fucking thing. I was holding him. He's a baby. I was holding him the whole time, and he was just knocked the fuck out. If I was trying to put him to sleep, he wouldn't have fucking went to sleep. But now he needs to be awake in the eyes of the Lord. And he's fucking
Yeah, that's
asleep.
interesting to hear that because I don't believe that that's true. I mean, I'm sure that came from her experience,
Yeah,
so that's but like you don't have to be Christian to celebrate Christmas.
right. Listen, I was just playing. I was
Like
just playing the game. I don't know.
Sam has godparents. She is not baptized.
Right, exactly.
Now you could go be semantics and say, well, technically that's not okay. That's fair.
Right.
I'll give you that. But I'm calling it godparents.
Yeah.
And when I presented it to them, I said, "Hey, would you like to be their godparents?"
Yeah.
And they said, "Absolutely." I said, "Okay, that was it. We're done."
What you
We
have,
both agree they're
what you
godparents.
have is Puerto Rican godparents. It's like a Puerto Rican.
Sure,
It's like
whatever you want to classify it
Yeah.
as. She knows that woman as her godmom.
it's like a Puerto Rican marriage. You know.
Yeah,
That's my wife.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah,
husband. No, you not. That's not a real thing. That's just your nickname
that's
for
true.
them.
You know what? That's true.
And-
Because I
and-
do that. I'll
yeah.
be calling. Well, this is my wife. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You ain't married her. You didn't marry her.
You're not in the
That's
trench.
your baby mom's.
Yeah, you're not in the trenches with me.
So I respect it.
Yeah.
If you want to call me a fake, I will accept it.
I'm not
I
calling
will
you
accept
anything.
it.
I don't give a shit. Just like when she brought it to me, she was just like, "Do you mind?" I was like, "I don't give a fuck." Because in my
Yeah,
head,
it doesn't matter.
Because in my head, none of it means anything.
You just
Okay.
splashing water on
You
my
just
baby.
splash water on my sleeping child. That's it.
We can do this at home, by the way.
Yeah, I got water for days at the house.
We got water at the house.
If nothing else, I got filtered water. If you don't want to use the city water, we're good. I got.
Oh, you need holy water. Just get a. Oh, you know what? Let me stop because we're doing exactly what we said we don't do, and we're gonna piss someone off. Let's move on.
Nah, I don't care at
See?
this point.
This
is why we don't do it.
We shouldn't do it because we're insensitive and we need to just move on.
There it is. See, well, there you go. This is what we're preventing you from seeing.
Yeah. This isn't for you. We're saving you.
Yeah. So they got the godparents all set up, and ironically enough, it's the same godmother. So that's awesome, and
That's cool.
They have a really great. My son's 10 now. They're so close. He's going to be sleeping over her house tomorrow. So like they are so close that it's so cool for them to have that relationship, and it's really cool for my wife because she grew up with her godmother and they were really really close, and now for her godmother to have that relationship with her son is a really cool thing. So that's just in a nutshell. We actually just summed it up better just now than had we just let it go, but we stay away from it because for some people it's really really serious, and for some people it's a punchline. So we don't know where that line is, so we just stay away.
Payout's not worth it.
It's not. It really isn't. It just isn't. The second one we stay away from, and somebody tried to call me out on this because the second one that we don't do is we don't do the racism conversation because it's just neither side is going to hear the other fucking side. It's just not going to happen. There are people who live on this earth who think it's everywhere and all around them, and they can't escape it. It's right there. It's like the boogeyman in the closet. And then there's some people who live in a world where it just doesn't exist at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see it, right? And there's a bunch of us in the fucking middle, and the people who are in the middle just are having it out all the time. I did an episode way in the beginning, and this was during the during the George Floyd time period. So it's very early on in the episode because that happened like around sometime before the pandemic, I want to say. And we did a whole, it wasn't the whole episode, it was like a segment on the show. But people were like, well, you talked about the George Floyd situation. Isn't that talking about racism? No, what it is it's labeling, it's having a conversation and listing facts and telling stories from the people and the vantage point of a human being who fucking died. If you want to sit here and say that he died due to the racism of that cop or the racism of police or the riots that followed, we can have that conversation. But the day of the death or the week of the death, the conversation was about some dude who was trying to tell a cop he couldn't breathe and the cop proceeding to fucking kill him. That's what the conversation was about. It morphed into a bunch of other stuff, but we didn't have that conversation here on this show. So, and there's a reason for that. We stay away from that. I and you, as my brother, we are of mixed ethnicities. And as I've stated many times on this show, not a single fucking one of them ever claimed my ass. So, since I am essentially ethnicless, I just fucking stay away from
all things yet none things.
Yeah, like I am everything, I am nothing. I am me, I am I. There are many like me, but no one like me. So it's just, I just fucking stay away from it. I'm not black enough to be black. I'm not Spanish enough to be Spanish. I'm not Italian enough to be Italian, and I'm not Chinese enough to be Chinese. So, have at it. Go do whatever it is you want to do. You could be orange, you can be apple, you can be grape, and you can be tangerine, and I'll just sit my fruit punch ass right here and watch y'all motherfuckers go at it. I'm not involved myself in a problem that none of you have included me in. So, I just sit back and just let it happen. And the arguments happen as they happen. Go to any YouTube comment section anywhere. You have a bunch of the mayonnaise people telling the darkies that there's no slavery anymore to get over it. And then they tell the darkies are telling the mayonnaise people that there's slavery even as we speak. You need to fucking acknowledge it. And the fireworks go back and forth over and over and over until the end of time. Until people start to realize that racism is a legitimate human characteristic and something that we invented and mastered and will probably never fully ever go away, then it's a conversation that's going to just keep happening over and over and over and over and over. So,
and I'd rather talk about something else.
Exactly. Let's go back to the Xbox. You see what I'm saying? The Xbox is unity. It is fun. It is happiness. It is joy. That other shit, no good. The third thing and the final thing that we do not discuss on this motherfucking show, politics. We don't do politics. I don't give a fuck who's in the White House. I don't give a fuck who's on the Senate. I don't give a fuck who is running for whatever position in local this, so, and the fourth. I don't give a shit. For the record, just so we can eliminate any of the assholes right off the bat. Dave, are you a registered voter?
No.
No. Ask me the same question. Ask me.
Are are you a registered voter?
No.
There we go. What a guy.
So we don't give a fuck. Y'all go ahead and do whatever it is the fuck y'all gonna do. Now, as I've gotten older,
see, I was gonna say, as I got older, hold on. I kind of low key be behind the couch,
but hear me out now. Hear me out. As I have gotten older, I have found myself paying a lot more attention to some of the things that are happening within government, and as a government worker. I am a government worker through the education field. So whenever something happens with, you should see the faces that I get that Linda McMahon is in charge of education as I am in the education field. So everybody who's in the education field looks at me and go, "Who the fuck is this bitch?" And I keep looking at them, telling them, somebody who should not be doing what the fuck she's doing is who it is. That's who it is. But as I've gotten older, I've started to notice I have been taking a little bit more of an interest in things like the tariff situation, how it affects goods, how it affects the money. A few years back, more specifically during the pandemic, when everybody was going over the pros and cons of vaccinations, and the government shouldn't be telling you that you need to be vaccinated, and then the other side, I started paying a little bit more attention to the things. But here's the thing about that. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think everybody should have the ability to be fully informed on everything that's being done within government, within the medical field, within the education field, all across the board. I feel like everyone should have the opportunity to be informed, and I fully endorse people having an opinion. The reason we don't discuss it on the show, I have a political opinion. I think everyone at some point develops a political opinion. The reason we don't discuss it on the show is, once again, back to the core value, entertainment. There's no entertainment value in that. If I start going off about Trump, I'm going to piss off a Trump supporter. If I start going off about Kamala or Barack, I'm going to piss off a fucking Democrat. It's a ball game that you don't even know truly what sides or who's on what side, or even if you're on the side you think you are. Because I'll say something I could say something right now that might sound very Democratic. He sounds like a Democrat. He sounds like a blue, he sounds like a left or a right or whatever the fuck they say. And then in the next breath, I could possibly say something that might sound Republican. Right? And then all of a sudden someone else is pissed off. Oh, you're one of those people, right? It's like you're either, like they're doing the whole ICE thing now with the deportation, right? You're only either supposed to be on one side or the other side, which I don't understand those conversations, so I stay away from them. As far as the show goes, I stay away from them. When I'm at work, it's a different
you be out there gossiping.
We spill the tea at work. We have all the conversations at work. On the show, though, this is supposed to be a place of joy and fun and entertainment, and that's what we try to do. So those are the three topics. We have the religion, we have race, and we have politics. And we try our best to stay as far away from those as possible, not just because of the entertainment value, but also, let's be real. As much as it is important to have a podcast, to use your platform to do some good and to maybe talk about the topics that a lot of people don't get to talk about, I think there's also an element of shock jock that I don't like.
Yeah.
I think there's an element of
people play it to exactly the reason why you don't want to do it. There are people that play specifically into that because it brings views brings money.
Right.
And that's whack.
They'd like to
I don't blame them. Yeah. Get that bag, but that's not me.
Yeah, they want to kick the hive. They want to kick the hornet's nest, stir it up, and then that's when he'll get the comments. That's when he gets the likes. That's when all that stuff happens. Me personally, I would just rather not. if I would rather succeed slowly, but in my own way, than shock my way to an overnight just kind of push. You know what I mean? I'm not going through life hoping I don't upset anybody. I don't give a fuck if you get upset, but at least I know that if I upset you with something, it's something that came from the heart and it was real, and it was something that I truly believed when I said it, and I don't want to go down those roads because I know that whatever I said and I meant will be torn apart, cut up into pieces, turned into sound bites, used against me, used against the show, used against my family, whatever the case may be. These people are fucking animals on the internet. They're just waiting for anything to just chop you up. If you want to get on Dave's ass because he's not a big EO Sky guy, okay?
I was set up, by the way. That
Was
titling made me look fucking crazy.
well.
Dude.
I told you today. As a matter of fact, a few hours ago, folks. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, head over to the YouTube channel because as I promised him, there's a later episode where he's kind of coming around. So we played that today. Dave's coming around on EL. The second run is looking a little better than the first. So he comes around. He's not a complete hater when it comes to EO Sky. She's improving and he acknowledges it. So go check the.
You got me so out of pocket for that.
Well, no, I'm looking. It's so funny right now because I don't want to get off topic, but I'm looking at it now. You know what's the clip that's fucking killing it right now? You and those fucking tater tots.
Tater tots?
Yeah, there was a clip that we put here. Where is the one? No, that's the infant. This one right here, fucking exploded. Hold on.
My issue with tots is like you're not home making them.
Oh, why did it stop? Hold on.
My issue with tots is like you're not home making those. So I know you're ripping them out of the bag. I know that for sure.
Fry them
so
up,
so if you're gonna rip them out of the bag, that's cool. Don't offer them to me that way because I can just be home and throw them in the microwave. Just give me like some cheese. Like the menu should say loaded tots. It should never just say tots.
No. So that video, let me go back because I clicked on it. Is there like a bird or something behind you?
Oh, you hear that? That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a frogs outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Where are you, in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, feels like I don't like that you can hear that though. But anyway, go ahead.
That clip is 1,400 views in already, and it's only been up for like a day or two. So that's they're loving your tater tot stance, which we completely agreed with. So
as they fucking should. The people know.
So those are our three topics. 2 taboo, 4 OUM.